Web3 and Web2 are in war right now, but I think we already know who the winner will be. But the thing is, it won't be as straightforward as we're led to believe. There will be a lot of resistance, a lot of transitions, and it will be very confusing. But don't worry guys, I got you. I'll be explaining everything you need to know and all the crypto projects you need to follow to prepare for this upcoming war. So get your crypto armor ready and let's get ready to fight. Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Maniac. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Web3 and what it may look like in the future. To tackle this topic, I had to find the perfect project that illustrates and embodies the idea of Web3, and that one project who seems to be the possible frontline warriors for Web3 is Team Metapoli. So stick around, ensure you watch this video to the very end as you don't want to miss why I believe Metapoli will be the project to carry Web3 across the line. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so that you keep up with the latest trends in buzzing cryptocurrencies. With that being said, let's jump straight into today's video. But before we do that, it's only right that we look at what exactly Web 2 is. Web 2.0 or Web 2 is what people use to refer to websites that behave more like applications. They have JavaScript and Ajax, you can log into them, you can change things on them, etc. It can also mean drop shadows and rounded buttons. So basically, things that would be considered Web 2 are Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, etc. All things we appreciate but wouldn't mind seeing improved. So what is Web 3? When you think of Web 3, we might think of these words. Number 1, trustless. Number 2, permissionless. Number 3, censorship resistance. Number 4, private. Number 5, decentralized. No censorship from authorities. The only censorship would have to come from a network consensus or a voting system of some sorts. But with Web 3.0, it won't be a unilateral decision by an ISP or government. From this, we can see Web 3.0 in its ideal form covers democracy and controlling your own data, but that's only a small part of it. In its practical form, your data will likely be stored on NFTs and DLTs, and controlled by a decentralized autonomous organization or DAOs. So, how will DAOs play a part in Web 3? A DAO allows each member to not only contribute, but also earn a share of the overall value and wealth created by the members of the platform. In Web 2, the platform is centralized because it's controlled by an organization or individual who has full control over the system. But on the other hand, Web 3 applications are decentralized and controlled by digital protocols that no single entity can change. Every decision is made by the community as a whole. So in simpler terms, a DAO would give each person the opportunity to become the co-owner of these corporate giants that monopolized Web 2, such as Amazon, Facebook, etc. Doesn't this sound like something Web 3 needs? It 100% does. So you're probably thinking, Crypto Maniac, now we know all this info, what is the next step? Well, the next logical step would be to find the best DAO out now, which will allow you to make the transition to Web 3 and fight against centralized governing bodies. To determine if a particular DAO is the best suited for Web 3, we have to answer one question. What's the most important asset people have been fighting over for years? That would be land, right? And who owns the majority of lands? The government, right? But the catch is, the government only owns lands in Web 2. Web 3 is the metaverse. That's why we've seen crypto projects eagerly trying to purchase land space in the metaverse. Even centralized organizations like Facebook have been migrating to the metaverse in hopes of possibly monopolizing the space and possibly allowing more centralized corporations to enter, but that's where our front line of defense comes in. And that, my friends, is Team Metapoli. Metapoli believes that the metaverse shouldn't be owned by an entity, corporation, or nation, and with the introduction of DAOs, Web3 participants of Metapoli can now participate, propose, and vote any ideas to impact the trajectory of metaverse, especially land ownership. So what exactly is Metapoli? Metapoli is DeFi 2.0 plus metaverse plus NFT conceptualization by Victor Lee and Cindy Jin, co-founder for DAOventures.co and Mintology.studio respectively. To be honest, what caught my attention was the name of this project. It's a combination of the metaverse plus the game Monopoly. What are the goals of Metapoli? The two main goals of Metapoli are to democratize and fractionalize metaverse land ownership to the community and to provide fairness and equality to more participants into the future of metaverse. So far, this project has checked the most important box so far in the fight for Web 3. So how does Metapoli work? Metapoli focuses on DAO-controlled ownership of land. So in this next part, I know some people call it D33D, but for ease of use and since we're talking about virtual property, I'm just going to call it the D token. Number 1, this starts with democratization of metaverse land ownership. Number 2, With the Metapoly DAO token D33D or DEED, the community could propose, debate, vote, and pass any ideas with the support of the community members. Another belief of this project is that Metaverse land is the foundation. Number 1, similar to the real world, land is building blocks in Metaverse. Any events, interactions, and building happens on top of a digital land. Number 2, if corporations were to own these lands, we're back to square one. Democratization of Metaverse land ownership is the bedrock, and it's crucial that we succeed. So what do we use to buy Metaverse land? Well, DEED is the decentralized Metaverse currency for Team Metopoli. Olympus DAO were the ones with the idea of a new type of reserved currency that is decentralized and asset-backed. All OHM mints are backed by the treasury, thus preserving its value. Kudos to them. But Metapoli takes this to the next level. All D tokens are backed by the Metaverse assets, land, liquidity, yield, LP tokens, and protocol-owned liquidity. The vision behind this is to enable more Metaverse protocol and platforms to utilize D token as their reserve currency and within their Metaverse. Imagine OHM but for Metaverse. That is decentralized and asset-backed. DEED aims to be a decentralized Metaverse reserve currency. They strongly believe future Metaverse protocol could use DEED to be their reserve currency by participating and holding to the DEED. Doing this would allow stakeholders to have power to make a difference in the Metaverse future. So how do I participate in the Metapoli movement? First, join Team Metopoli's Discord, link in description. After doing that, you want to acquire some DEED tokens. To acquire DEED governance tokens, users could either bond their Metaverse land and LP tokens to the treasury in exchange for discounted DEED, thus adding value to the overall ecosystem, or simply acquire tokens from the secondary market such as decentralized exchanges. What to do after acquiring DEED tokens? There are a few options. Number 1, to stake your DEED, visit app.metapoly.org/stake, link in description. Number 2, to bond your approved NFT to Metapoli, Uniswap, DEED/ETH, LP tokens, USDC/DEED LP tokens, or single DEED tokens, go to app.metapoly.org/bond. Link also in description. My final thoughts. The future internet we're moving towards is a decentralized internet. Under Web3, the internet is shared online and governed by the collective we, rather than owned by centralized entities. The Web3 world is one that has open source protocols as its foundation. Web3 is about re-architecting internet services and products so that they benefit people rather than entities. Finding the right groups and niches to be a part of is essential for our survival and our fight against the centralized government. I've already given you my thoughts on how we should approach this war, but Metopoli is showing us that they're ready to fight for us. If you agree with me, then you'll do the right thing, and that is to hit the like button and subscribe and turn on the post notifications for more videos. I'll see you in the next video.